Hi, good evening. We're team number two, and in this presentation, we're going to talk about the key findings and recommendations we make to Zschimmer and Schwartz based on the financial analysis we made for them. Previously, for the financial and operational challenges, we find that in 2023, they had a huge drops in sales and net income due to the high operating expenses. Next, for key objective, our main goal is to optimize the working capital in order to free up cash for operations, expansions, and investments. Then, the key financial findings were that Zschimmer& Schwartz has a really good liquidity, but relies heavily on the inventory, which strains the operations and increases the debt needs. And finally, for the adjustments and control policies, we find that Zschimmer& Schwartz has a really good and strong legal and ethical policies, but needs a better control over their claim payments and should adjust their credit sales policies.
This operational map allows us to visualize each phase of the production process, making easier the identification of strategic cost centers and opportunities for financial improvement, from the acquisition and storage of raw materials to the final packaging. Each stage represents a critical point where fixed and variable costs are generated directly with the impact of the business profitability. By analyzing this flow from a financial perspective, it is possible to optimize resources, reduce waste, prioritize technology investments in the energy-intensive areas such as firing, and maximize add value in phases such as decoration and the post-treatment, all with the goal of improving operating margins and the plant's overall efficiency.
Okay, now in these charts, we can see some key patterns that happened throughout the years. On the left, we can see the sales dip that happened in January, which means we mostly need a stronger liquidity at the beginning of the year, especially in January. Also, we can see the inventory that rises in October versus November and November versus December at the end of the year, which means that we overestimated the sales or they were underperforming the sales. Net income usually rebounds like mid-year, showing how crucial quarter number 2 and quarter number 3 can be. And well, overall timing and accurate forecasting are essential for this performance stability. Now we can see here some treasury challenges that we found. First of all, inventory, it's slow. And well, this stall inventory turnover is tying up our cash and could be used for more efficiency elsewhere. We can also see monthly volatility forces us to keep more reserves, which limits our financial agility. And third, we can see the account receivables. While these receivables are growing, delayed client payments are creating cash flow lags after strong sales periods.
Our first proposal is to structure and issue green bonds or obtain green loans in order to fund environmental projects within the company. Developments should be transparently reported and it should follow the standards of the ICMA green bond principles. In the same way, the company could partner with banks offering preferential rates for sustainable investment. The ESG impact reduces environmental footprint and improves the brand image with global clients demanding greener supply chains, which also increases the customer sector for the company. Our second proposal is to use supply chain finance with ESG criteria, such as offering better terms or early payments to suppliers that comply with sustainability or labor standards. The proposal aligns with the UN Global Compact supply chain guidance. The ESG impact supports local economic development and fair labor practices and also encourages smaller suppliers to adopt ESG improvements. Now, for the forecast and impact, our key assumptions for the cash flow is 18% growth rate applied to the operational income. The rest of the accounts are just proportionalities considering the vertical analysis, and the investment and financing accounts remain the same due to the lack of information. Our case scenario considers a 30% of total sales in USD dollars coming from exportations to the USA, and the present rate is 19.59. Our predicted one for the next 6 months is 20.17. And considering this, the first scenario is to implement a currency option strategy, which considers a predicted increase, which gives the company the right but not the obligation to exchange at a set rate. This strategy requires a premium but allows flexibility. And our second scenario is to implement a forward contract, which considers a predicted decrease. And this strategy locks in the present rate and avoids risks. And that would be everything.
Thank you very much, and I hope you take into mind these recommendations.